So far, the crew has cleared every hurdle naysayers have placed in their way. Columbus would be home to one of the 10 inaugural teams. Columbus has outperformed much larger cities. The true success indicator has been from the fans. Well, it's going out.
Hello and welcome to the club. I'm not your host, Mars, but this is a Roundtable Bummer podcast to talk about that Columbus crew. Tonight we talk about the tip of the head. Oh, yeah. So Mars is out. He is at the Sin Cane show. Our buddy who is on tour right now and who Haas did not go to in spite of watching the crew because he's got his priorities straight. But
should have gone.
Yeah, should have gone. Definitely.
Hindsight is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Multiples of 20.
Better sight than Tim Ford.
Yeah, you know that's right. I'm so glad we're on the same page with that because I had a sneaking suspicion that somebody would just like want to get under my skin because I was in a bad place yesterday. Before we talk about the crew, I want to mention Save the Caps, hashtag Save the Caps. Does anybody have information on this? It's a la Save the Crew from when they tried to move us. From what I understand, they are trying to snatch Vancouver away from Vancouver. Does anybody know any
what information are you looking for? I mean, this is not necessarily new, but...
No, they had talked about it, last year? Yeah, last year.
Yeah. So ownership has been looking to sell, and of course, anytime one of these franchises comes up, they're going to look to put it in a bigger North American market.
Right. I feel like Vancouver's huge. Like, that's a huge city. Like, I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to hashtag get rid of Canada, which that's... We can all agree that should definitely happen.
I'm sure there's some money involved, right? If you move a club, there's always some money to be made. But the difference now is the league is actually talking about potential candidates.
And I'm seeing their lease at BC Place expires at the end of 2026. There is no signed agreement for 2027 or beyond.
Woof.
The club is playing on borrowed time in its own home.
I think this is one of... And without knowing a lot of the details, and I don't want to fall for the MLS business metrics thing.
Yeah.
This is another thing where they're going, the city doesn't really want to give us a place to play. We'd like to both. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So whether that is valid, whether that is truthful, I'm not sure. I would bet if it's coming out of MLS's mouth, it is not.
They have all of these things. You can check all of this out on savethecaps.com. And of course, the biggest issue is they have no deal on the lease. The other challenge they've had is the fact that since it's a government-owned venue, they receive less than 12% of the match day revenue. So it's not very profitable for the club. And you know how much ticket income it drives profitability of these clubs. And they averaging above 21,000. So and
it's
sold
the
it out
bottom of the league in revenue.
Yeah, which is the challenge. So they need to in this
but
case.
It's not like it's not like bottom of the league attendance. You know what I mean?
No, right.
Like if they're averaging, you said 21,000 people.
No, did you see New England last night?
Yeah, what a joke. Yeah, yeah. They were like, I thought this was a football game. Yeah, what a joke. I don't know. It sucks, but if you can. Read up on it, educate yourself, and
I think there's something you can sign on that website, savethecaps.com.
Cool, do it. So from one depressing news to another bummer sauce city, I guess we can just get into the game. It's a double game week this week, so we are going to talk about and preview the Blackout the Galaxy Wednesday night game, and then at home, and then at home Philly on Saturday, which should be, I don't know. We'll get into it, but let's go ahead and review the game that happened last night. Trey, take her away.
Hey, what happened?
Facts that could save your life.
All right. First and foremost, the Upper 90 Club and the Columbus Crew faithful would like to congratulate Tim Ford on his 100th professional match refereed.
Retire now.
Truly an amazing achievement, cementing his name alongside others such as Helen Keller, Louis Braille, Ray Charles, and Stevie Wonder. Okay, now that is out of the way, on to Saturday, April 18th, 2026, in Foxborough. The Columbus Crew faced off against the Revolution of New England in front of a reported 16,257.
Wow.
Minus 10,000.
Right. Columbus showed some fight in the first half and were able to maintain an advantage in a few statistical categories, including total shots, shots on target, big chances, accurate passes, and a few other inconsequential categories. And according to the stat nerds over at MLS, the Crew held the advantage in XG with a 2.2 to the Revolution's 2.0.
But Thought Mob had it extremely different.
Yep.
Hit us with those lineups.
The Crew started with Gazdag and Rossi up top, Arfston, Gomes, Chambeau, and Picard across the middle, Amundsen, Zawadzki, Camacho, Morera in the back with Schulte in goal. The one note about the lineup that I was mentioned, Habrun not on the bench due to illness.
Yep.
Big miss.
All right, we're going to move quick here. 25th minute. Pause. Tell us about it.
Goal for Arfston. Schulte passes to the right side to Camacho. He plays a ball forward to Rossi, who touches the ball onto Morera. He loses it to Yusuf, who attempts a pass, but it goes straight to Gazdag, who chips the ball into the path of Rossi with his first touch. Rossi races forward, takes a few touches, and when he reaches the edge of the box, plays a ball across to Arfston. He cuts back with the ball at the edge of the six, loses his defender, shoots with his right, past a diving Turner. 0-1 Crew.
Nasty.
Good-looking goal.
Yep.
Also, the announcers called him Gas Dog the entire time.
Love it.
I love that, but the announcers were terrible. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So no other goals, no other cards. So we go into half with the Crew up 1-0. 54th minute.
Stop the vote. Stop the vote.
Haas, what happened? Did the ref's cane get in the way of him making the call?
Arfston gets called for a foul.
Didn't
where
touch
he
him.
doesn't come anywhere near the play. Feingold that sets up a free kick outside the box, which ends up being a goal for Turgeman. Free kick is taken just outside the box by Langoni. He plays it near post where Turgeman runs around Gomes and awkwardly gets his head to the ball, goes across the face of goal into the far side of the net. 1-1.
Let's just say that again. Max Arfston did not touch the New England player.
Not even close.
Who fell. He just fell on his face and pretended like he got fouled.
He if he would have hit him, he would have fallen backwards, but he fell forwards and he missed him by like an entire foot.
And not even like Neymar level of faking it. Like it was not even, he wasn't even trying to sell it.
The
He just
AR
grabbed
was
his face.
right there.
And Max turned around and did his fingers like VAR, and
Yep.
Gomes was losing his mind, which, foreshadowing to later. But
Okay, so
What
we're
a
going to move
joke.
on to the 67th minute. Columbus with the double sub as Herrera comes into the game for Hugo Picard. And Thiari comes in for Gasdog. 70th minute. Steven Morera is taken out down the right touchline with the scissor tackle that fails to get any ball. Only
No
man.
ball at all.
yeah,
So-
probably a red, if
Yeah,
we're being
I mean,
honest.
So
By
Stevie
letter of
Wonder and his AR failed to make the call, leading to Gomez taking the play into his own hands. And he takes out, well, we're going to go with Carl's heel with a professional foul, and then all hell ensues as Turner is out of his box and shoving Gomez immediately.
Turd.
Once tempers had simmered, yellows are shown to both Gomez and Turner. Just completely let it get out of control.
Yeah, that's his fault.
Yeah.
100% his fault.
So, 85th minute. Haas, what happened?
New England bring the ball down the right side, and the ball is played into the box where Peyton Miller misses a shot from point-blank range. But while that happens, a foul is called on Camacho, where Turgeman hooks his arm around Camacho and then falls down. The ref doesn't look at it again. PK is called.
No VAR. Evidently, there was
VAR.
like
Makes
issues.
no sense. Why wouldn't they look at it?
Yeah.
I thought all goal scoring opportunities and things were reviewed.
The announcers right after that, not the idiot one, Savese or whatever, that guy was an absolute nightmare. The other guy immediately said, "Oh, that's not a foul." It's like, yeah. I got up and left. I was like, it's not. This is going to get overturned. There's no way. Like, what a joke.
That's what they acted like too. They were like, "Oh, it'll be looked at. It'll be looked at."
Hey
They're
guys,
looking at it.
he pinched his hand between his biceps and forearm and like ripped his hand forward and pulled him down. Clear penalty, guys.
It was hilarious. Like, Camacho had position. The guy wasn't going to get to it. And if he did foul him, that means he had to grab Turd Man and throw it. Like, it looked like he was throwing. He would have to like throw his body to get it. Like, he wasn't going to get the ball. It did not make any sense.
And the guy was behind him.
Yeah, he had position. It was going to go by him. And it doesn't make any sense. I'm freaking out.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the 87th minute. Max Arston
PK was taken by heel.
Oh,
he
go ahead.
hesitates on the run up, takes it with his left straight down the middle.
Great.
Yeah, no issue with the PK. Just whatever led up to it. 87th minute, Max Arston earns the yellow for running into the back of the New England defender as he was letting the ball run out of play. And
Yeah, he was pissed.
it was deserved.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was just
He
frustrated.
admitted he was just angry.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so again, in the 87th minute, crew with two more subs as Bangora enters for Gomez and Akanzada enters for Steven Brera. 90+6, Rudy Camacho is shown a yellow card, which according to the announcers should have been a red, but maybe shouldn't have been a red. Could have been a red. No, it was a yellow card. He jumped up into the back of him and fouled Yusuf. This one ends with the Revolution up 2-1, and Rydstrom's crew continue their 2026 struggles. Columbus's hectic schedule continues as they have another week with two games, both at home. Wednesday, 4/22, Columbus hosts the Galaxy at 7:30 p.m., and Saturday, 4/25, at 7:30 p.m., they face the Philadelphia Union at home at Scott's Miracle Grow Field. Hawes, hit us with those.
Just tables! 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 I can't know how to hear any more about tables!
Currently in the Eastern Conference, we have Nashville SC in first place with 19 points. Inter Miami in second with 15. Charlotte and Chicago have 14 points. New England, Toronto have 12 points. Seventh place, NYCFC has 11. Red Bull also has 11 in eighth. DC has 8 points. FC Cincinnati has 8 points. Montreal, along with the crew, have 6 points. Philadelphia has 4. Atlanta has 4. Orlando has 4.
So if we win a game, we are in the playoffs.
Pretty
That's-
much.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
according to Reddit,
simplistically.
playoffs, it's not going to happen. There's no chance we're ever going to make it to the playoff this year. It's done. The season is over. Let's go home.
Yeah. Shout out Drabs too. He was like, Shields out of the question. I was like, bro, it was
Yeah.
never in play. I don't think anybody thought, but I love his optimism. He's a typical fan.
I mean, we are playing the worst teams in the East. Orlando, Atlanta, coming up Philly,
Yeah.
and we're not getting points, so it is pretty sad.
No, I mean,
We played the number 1, the number 4, number 5, number 6 team so far this season. So, man, it depends on when you play them.
Sure.
Yeah, and if you don't count the last 10 minutes, we tied or won those games. So
They all
take
get
it
better
easy.
after playing us. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's
It's
what we call
like they
Dr.
get 3 more
Crew.
points.
Right.
Oh man. Well, do we have a Cirque Stat or Bobby Puerto Rico?
This is Steve Cirque, and this is a Cirque Stat.
So Steve Shirk said, that was a very aggravating baseball game.
Yep, that was 4 days ago before the crew even played. But hey, we can all agree that was an aggravating baseball game. We'll be right, Trap.
This episode of the Upper 90 Club is brought to you, as always, by Supporter Supply Company. Hi, friends, this is your good pal Morgan Hughes, here to talk to you about a serious issue facing 96% of all crew supporters in Columbus. Why, not enough free shipping, of course. For a limited time now, through the eventual heat death of the universe, Upper 90 Club listeners can use the promo code Upper90Boys. That's boys with a Z on the end of it, at checkout for free delivery on absolutely any order over $10. But Morgan, what if I order $10 worth of stickers or those goddamned buttons? or some other combination of small items that make you want to kill yourself, will the free shipping still apply then, even as you curse our family, while you package up our little tiny annoying ass order for us? Of course it will. That's just how much we here at Supporter Supply value our friends at the Upper 90 Club. So head on over to supportersupply.co and use the promo code Upper90Boys, that's boys with a Z, at checkout for free shipping on all your orders over $10. And don't forget to tell them that your friends at the Upper 90 Club sent ya.
All right, we are back. Thank you, boys, for having to rewatch that and go through it. I'm glad we're all on the same page as far as kind of the reffing. I don't want to get any more into that. I think there's bigger fish to fry and more things to talk about. One thing we did forget was there was a Bobby Puerto Rico sting guy. So let's drop that and talk about it.
Bobby Puerto Rico.
Bobby Puerto Rico. With the assist, Diego Rossi becomes only the 15th MLS player to amass 80 goals and 40 assists. The Columbus Crew's 2025 leading goal scorer is currently third in MLS among active players with 82 career goals. Hani Mokhtar has 84, Brian White has 83.
It's become very proud of him.
Yeah, I mean, we got a DP who is great, so that's cool. 1 out of 3 ain't bad, right? 1 out of 3 ain't bad. I think he had a pretty good game, all told. I mean, there's been very few games where I'm like, he had a bad game. I mean, even the okay games, he puts in a heck of an effort and is a difference maker out there, and that's more than I can say about the other DPs.
When he's being played up top,
right?
He looks good.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
We did confirm though that with the loss of Abu Ali, that we being the crew have the ability to replace him. Correct, Morton?
Yes, because it's a season-ending injury. We could go in and pick up a new DP, but we have to wait till the window opens in June. The drawback with that, it's going to be costly because you're going to have to carry the cost and all that still.
The rules says if a designated player suffers a season-ending injury, an MLS club can place them on the season-ending injury list to free up a roster spot, provided this is done before the secondary transfer window closes. A replacement DP can then be signed, provided their salary charge does not exceed the injured players.
That should be all right.
Yeah.
I mean, thankfully, it was our most expensive one.
The drawback of this is there will be, if we do that, there's zero chance that we'll also buy out Gastag's contract, because that will be double the cost. You can probably say you could do one of them, but rarely anybody would ever do two, because financially it's insanity.
Jimmy's just going to take your unclaimed funds, and he'll do both.
I still haven't gotten my unclaimed funds.
Well, that's because Jimmy took them.
Honestly, $50, he could just have them if he can figure it out.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I'm just tired, boss. I'm just tired.
That's what they want you to tire.
I know. I'm getting beat down. I'm too old for this. Let's get into our thoughts and players.
Thoughts and players.
All right, thoughts and players. Let's do this. Instead of breaking it down, I hopped on the toxic toilet world that is the internet, and the compromised website Reddit, and checked what everybody was saying. They were just throwing blame left and right. And I just want to, in general, figure out what you guys think on where we're at currently. Because again, everything feels weird. But who is to blame? We've got the coaches, we got the players, we've got the front office, and Issa.
And Nordek. We can blame Nordek.
Yeah. Anybody but Paco, though. It's not Paco's fault.
So this game, I don't know who to blame, because the thing is, it was almost a perfect perfectly executed away game in MLS. You go in, you get the lead, and yes, you park the bus. You don't expect two things will happen. You will become more conservative and trying to ride out that lead and ride out the points. The other thing is the home team will always have a reaction. It's just how it is. They feel like they have to come out and put the pressure on and try to create something, take some chances. And when you also got, you said you don't want to discuss it again, get a little extra boost for that. I don't want to go out and say anybody played like horrendous in this game. And especially first half is probably the best half of soccer we played all year.
I agree with you.
collectively.
My issue is that's how every game has felt this year.
No.
Almost like I have felt we have been in the games. We're losing games 1 goal late.
Yeah, but some games we looked bad, like so bad and no
At the
cohesiveness.
beginning.
Yeah.
Since we cleaned up the defense, I thought very much like I wanted after the game to go up to Camacho and be like, it's not your fault. Like Goodwill Hunting, like it's not your fault. Because people were like, he's old, get him out of here. I'm like, no, dude, he had a great game. He did. He had a great game. Like they had 3 total shots on target at an away game. That if our defense can if Schulte only has to make a total of 3 possible saves that are on target, then we're doing a good job.
And at least 2 times he got down and just swept the guy. Like it's nice.
Yes.
Sliding tackle and just cleaned the guy out and took the ball, right? Like good, solid defending. So
And that shot off the post.
Yeah, the shot off the post.
Oh,
You can
God,
say,
I wanted that one.
Yeah, it would have been great redemption arc, but I mean, I want to state for me where I'm at, that was not a foul in the box under any circumstance in anything, and that was harshly done on him. And anybody that's coming after him needs to take a good look at that again and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm wrong." Like he played well. He is not the problem. Our defense at this point, if we're playing 4 in the back, is not a problem. I think they have done about as well as they can. Right? I mean, I don't have any really... I mean, Moreira, Zawadzki, Camacho, and Amundsen have shut people down since they've really started. I mean, that's my opinion. I think they're playing great. It's, that's when I started... I thought about this, and the reason why I kind of brought this up is I actually don't necessarily think this is on the players. While I don't think we have the best players, I'm starting to get concerned with how they're playing and how we're being coached. That being said, the presser after the game got released, and there was a bunch of him talking. And the thing is, I read it all and I was like, crap, I agree with what he's saying. But while I agree with it, yes. While I agree with him, he is not making decisions in the game that support what he's seeing and what we're seeing. I'm like, hey, man, yeah, Gomes was tired at 60. We should have taken him off, but you didn't. And you went into halftime at the end of the first half, and we're like, yeah, we just sat back. And he's like, yeah, we sat back, and that can't happen. And I'm like, you're the coach. What do you mean that can't happen? Like, you had the ability to be like, guys, don't do that. Or coach them at halftime and tell them that, yeah, hey, do the same thing second half or something. Like, I hear what he's saying, but I'm not seeing anything I'm not seeing a solution. It's like, well, that makes sense. Fix it. And then he just doesn't fix it. And it's like, well, so one guy just basically says, boy, he talks a lot. I'm like, oh boy, that hurts because I do like what he says, but I'm starting to turn like, I'm not seeing like a solution. And I want to talk about, he started Gas Dog. How do we think he played this game?
I didn't think he played terrible.
I mean, the pass to set up Rossi
was awesome.
Great with his back to goal, like first touch.
Yeah.
Great awareness when that ball ended up going to him, because it wasn't even a pass to him. I mean, it kind of was a pass to him, but
It's one of the better performances that he's had recently. That's not saying a lot, but
He only had 33 touches. That's crazy.
Yeah. And I remember a decent amount of them. So like the starting lineup, I don't necessarily mind. The other thing I want to point out, and I'm not going to get too far into it because I didn't clip it for this podcast, but there was a couple posts by someone who followed him in Sweden, who's following him here. And this person said, hey, here are my thoughts. And one of the overarching things that this person talked about was he doesn't recognize how we're playing in relation to how he was playing overseas. So he is doing something completely different, specifically that 4-4-2. He's like, this doesn't look like it. It would be akin to like watching Nancy come and play a 4-4-2. He's like, it doesn't make any sense. This isn't how he normally has his team set up and play. So that's weird. And I was like, well, that is weird. Like,
yeah, and that's
so
not
he's
how
making
he
this
started the season. He
exactly.
didn't yeah.
Yeah. And so we're starting to see like, all right, we have a 4-4-2. Certain things are working, certain things are not. And again, it is extremely fluid because a lot of times in this game, Gasdog or Rossi dropped back to the center to help overload the center of the field, and it worked out phenomenally. Like we were able to break through them with a 4-4-2 in the middle, which in theory shouldn't happen in a 4-4-2. I know I'm getting nerdy on this crap, but we were playing very well. My issue is when the subs came in, I was like, A, they were too late, and B, people were getting taken off and put in that I just don't.
So let me paraphrase what I think I'm hearing from you is you're not willing to say it's Ritstrom's fault because he is playing with what he currently has, and he's going to a back four to be more defensive because we're not strong enough as a back three. And that is not necessarily his fault because he is doing what he has to with what he currently has to try.
That's my question.
We're currently sitting with a -2 goal differential.
Right.
Which, I mean, it's an early sample size, but that would, in theory, put us up around the 6, 7, 8 range. 10 goals for to 12 goals against. That is not terrible. But, yeah, I mean, I honestly, I don't know. Like, I've been asked, and
yeah, I know.
It's an interesting. I don't know. I don't think it's injuries. I really don't. The personnel on the field is doing it. I think he's trying to make adjustments, but he doesn't really know what adjustments to make, and everything that he's doing is a reactionary adjustment instead of a proactive one. So he's not implementing his game plan. He's just reacting to everything that is currently going on and putting the best players on the field and then tactically trying to make them work. That's not going to work.
I agree with you. And here's the problem with what you're saying. This coach is a reactionary coach. That's not how we should be operating. Like, he needs to have a plan and execute that plan. I will say, and I'm going to get up on my soapbox here, Picard and Jamal will do well in Open Cup. They are not MLS players. They're not good enough. Like, Herrera needed to start on that right side. I think they said Herrera had some type of something, I thought, but maybe not. But
I didn't hear anything about why Picard started over him, other than maybe rewarding him for the goals in the Open Cup. I don't know. Yeah,
so like it was very clear because everyone. I was talking to Pete from New to Crew, and he's just like, "Oh, Picard's going to get some goals," and I'm like, "He is not an MLS player. He will do well against people that are not as quick as him." And so will Jamal. Like, he is quick, he is fast, he's big. That works in certain levels of soccer. That does not work in the MLS. Their people's back lines are bigger and quicker than those two people.
Dude, Will Sands took him to task.
That's what I was going to say.
And Will Sands is not a big defender.
No.
Big forehead, but not a big defender.
No. And hey, and shout out them because I saw there was a corner scuffle and it was Zawadzki and them like laughing and grabbing on each other. And I just was like, man, there's a world where Sands didn't get hurt and absolutely like balled out. I mean, because of that, Arston is who he is, so that's a positive, but I digress. So like,
or Amundsen, I should say.
When I see him, start Picard, I'm like, all right, that sucks. And then he brings on Jamal, and I'm sitting here going, Akinzada is a 10, a 9, or no, not a 10. I'm sorry, a 9. He has never been out wide. He has always been a striker.
He has played out wide
for us.
He is a striker. No. He for his team over in Azerbaijan.
I looked it up and I saw him only up top.
I found him as an out wide player, but predominantly a striker.
Was it in a 4-3-3?
Listed as, I agree with you. He's a striker, listed as a striker, majority of the time played as a striker. I saw like 2 instances where they played him out wide.
Sure. So
he should be playing up top. I agree.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, if I'm sitting there with, my frustration is the first 20 minutes of that Open Cup game was garbage. I thought we should have been down 2-0. We were lucky we weren't. And then we went out and smashed them. Great. That does not mean those players are good, that did well. Or they're not going to be able to compete at a higher level, period. And I also thought it was very bizarre that like every time Picard scored, like no one really celebrated. I don't know if anybody else kind of noticed that. Like Jamal scored and everybody kind of celebrated, but the Picard goals, they were just kind of
that's been a thing the entire season.
It's something is off there. I noticed we all talked about that off air with
I saw that online
with
too.
Wessam.
People are talking about how we don't seem to like really celebrate
There's no cohesion
the same way that we used to
and
do.
Tiare did Abu Ali's celebration in the Open Cup match.
Yeah, I genuinely think people like him, but he came in this game and he got on at 67, so he got third of the game and was anonymous. Absolutely,
probably spend
anonymous.
more time on the ground pretending like he's injured than anything else. Every time he does something, he goes down like he pulled a muscle or his knee went out, and he sits on the ground, and it just annoys me.
Yeah. That being said, we didn't have Taha, we didn't have Wessam. Those are two of our best 4 players. So like I get
Wessam, we can just strike. We don't need to talk about him anymore at this point. But
Bangura
should have come up earlier. Yeah,
he needed to be on it like right after the scuffle. I think at 55. What was it? 55, 71. I called it. I texted everybody at 55, and I was like, "Dude, Gomes is spent. Like he's not tracking back. He's just exhausted." Like I think Bangura has shown enough where I think he should get a look at. I don't know, man. I don't know.
So
I don't know.
As crew fans, we collectively have watched many, many, many seasons, most of us going back either to 96, 99, or around the 06, 07 time frame. So we're talking 20 plus years. This team does not seem like a 1-4-3 team. And I think that's what is the most frustrating thing. It's hard to win in MLS. It's hard to get points. We totally understand that. We are watching this team going, we've sat through seasons where players are just absolutely not up to par.
Right.
And that's kind of the feeling I'm getting with this team is that we're justifying Picard, we're justifying Akinzada, we're justifying Jamal, like we're justifying all these players that aren't good enough. I'm not going to blame Issa at all because of injuries and all these kind of things, but I just don't think that this team is that good. I really don't.
Yeah, but the issue is, so like, let's take that approach. Let's talk about Issa. So if the team on paper isn't that good, that is absolutely Issa Tall's fault.
Well,
because the only person that is actually injured is Wessam. And I'm here to tell you, we all said on this podcast that he is injury prone. We're like, what did they say when he came over from Egypt? They're like, he barely plays. He's injured all the time. And Trey and I talked all last week about this, and he had a fascinating point about Wessam. Go ahead.
So Wessam, to me, and I haven't talked to you two about it, I cannot get over the thought that he reminds me of Kai Kamara. He scores goals. He scores a lot of goals. But nobody else seems to really like him. He's on an island by himself. He constantly spends about a season and a half at clubs. And I don't think that losing him is that big of a deal, if you can make up the goals. But he just reminds me of Kai. He has that cancer feeling to him that it just seems like we're going to be better off without him if we replace him.
Yeah. And now keep in mind,
replace him.
Kai has been on great teams. He has contributed. I think he has won MLS Cups. He was on the 2015 team and scored in that cup. That didn't happen because that's a thing people say. So like it doesn't, no shade on his actual play, but it was when we think about the crew, we think about camaraderie, we don't have any like standout players, but the sum of our parts is greater than that of the LAFCs and stuff that spend a bunch of money. We currently, and this is what I love that point about Kai because I actually think it holds a lot of weight. And that's just speculation. We have no idea. But our bullcrap meter is like pretty solid.
Right.
So, and the Issa thing is just like, I can objectively look at Picard and be like, yeah, I saw his highlight reel. I thought he was exciting. After his run through, I don't think he's up to par. So it's on the coach to go, I don't think he's up to par. I'm going to play somebody else. And he doesn't. And that's frustrating. The way we're playing, like I said, that first half was so bizarre that I thought we played them like off the field, and we ended the game. There was only 3 guys above a 7. Like everybody else was like not great. So like, how does that happen? New England didn't win that game. We lost that game. Technically, the ref, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like the second half, that was on us, and like. What I saw, I wasn't stoked coming out of halftime. And then the changes, I was super confused. And I would love to see Akanzada up top. I would love to see Bangura get 30 minutes because I think that guy's kind of exciting. I don't think Picard necessarily should see the field. I don't think Jamal really, unless there's an injury.
Every single one of the people you have currently named are not the answer, though. None of those players are the answer.
No,
none of those players have the ability to take a game, take control, and win it. None of them.
Yeah, my issue is when I'm looking at them, I rate one more than the other, and they should either start or get more playing time. So like Picard shouldn't start and get 65 minutes. It should be Herrera.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I said it last week or the week before, is that I would like to see the back four be the back four, put Herrera as that wing back role, Zawadzki, Gomez in the middle, Arfston out left, Taha or whoever outright, Rossi up top, Akanzada up top. I'm done with the Picard stuff. I'm done with the Shambo stuff. Like Shambo's had a couple of good balls.
Yeah, he's not bad, but man,
he had 109 touches.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was
heavily involved in our matches.
Yeah, and this last game he had a 7.4. He looked.
I also like Picard, so there's that. It's not like he's my favorite player, but I think he shows signs.
He looks like he's.
I don't think the alternatives we have at current.
Let's let the professional talker Haas talk about the goodness of Picard.
Signs of goodness.
Signs of goodness.
I don't think we have a lot better option until Farsi is back, and back he is soon.
He's practicing.
Question mark? Yeah.
He's practicing, but man, I
don't
even
keep him till after the break.
Have you or a loved one been affected by the Columbus crew? Do you wish that there was a space to talk about all things crew and capybaras? Well, you're in luck. We here at Discord Deck have built a home for crew fans near and far. We have more than just crew discussions and are more than just crew fans. We have a book club, MLS Fantasy League, and much more. If you'd like to join our weird little family, then go to our website, discorddeck.soccer, and click on Join Server, discorddeck.soccer.
Side effects may include giddiness, excitement that lasts longer than 2 hours, we are not a cult, and strong opinions for the color purple.
All right, from the internet, Brianna McKay, that's Mac K, love that. Crew coach Heinrich Rydstrom Rudstrom, I'm not going to do that.
Nailed
Stated
it.
earlier this week that Mo Farsi, back from the dead, began training with the team again, and he is slowly getting back into practicing game situations. He is slowly getting back into practicing game situations.
That just means he reactivated his Raya account.
Yeah, probably. How great does that make everybody feel? Like super fuzz, or what's the deal here?
Cautiously excited at best. I mean,
it's not going to solve our problems.
Is he being
if he's going to play? I think it's a good thing if he's going to play, because we need all the help we can get, and having his support on the right side is a good thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, the rights. I said like 2 podcasts ago that we have a right winger problem. The issue, I think, is the right winger is not a wing back, so like having him on the right side as a right wing back doesn't really do us any good. I'd rather have like an attacking minded person like Arvston, because we have a sitting right back. So I'm not sure his profile fits this team.
He fits it because the chemistry
Yeah.
he had with Morera on that right side was one of the best combinations in the MLS when it comes to creating chances. He wasn't good at finishing them, but it comes to creating chances for us.
Morera this last game was all over the field, and it was awesome.
Yeah, no, I agree with Morton. I mean, I think this is a cautiously optimistic situation.
Don't rush him.
Yeah, don't rush. But compared to every other name that we have mentioned in the last 10 minutes,
Yes.
Mo Farsi is a much better player.
Yeah, I can't argue
and Mo
with that.
Farsi can answer that outside, whatever you want to call it, wing back or.
But man, how long has he been out?
Can he not
Over a
cross a
year?
ball into the
Oh,
box?
no. If he is up to his ability before he was injured, he can answer that position better than any other player we have.
Complained about him not playing
Well,
well in the offensive half of the field and not.
No,
getting balls
we
into the box.
complained that he wasn't really good in the final fourth.
We may
made
have
fun of
complained, but
fractions.
this was
is what happened.
This was like complaining when we had Cucho and Rossi and Ramirez and
We only scored 3 instead of 4 goals.
correct, and we never won a game 1-0.
Do you remember that? You remember when we were awesome?
You remember?
Do you
Yeah,
guys
remember when
that?
we just got on and like
We
talked
couldn't
about how
stop
great
winning.
we are.
I remember.
So I
When
think
was that?
Mo Farsi brings something back. If he is coming back at 100% and can actually return, my guess is we're not going to see him till after the World Cup, though. I
Yeah.
guarantee.
Yeah,
That's the way it
I
should
think
be.
so too.
Yeah. Another thing on Blue Sky, cat _ tonic says, makes me incredibly sad to see Ramirez scoring for Austin. I understand him wanting to be back in LA because that's where his family was, but his release from there and his signing with Austin, well, he could have stayed in Columbus and dominated last year. And honestly, this year,
I love how he answered this.
he actually answered and said, false narratives, never wanted to leave in the first place. All love. Thanks for always supporting. I'm always watching C-Bus. Dude, let's get Christian Ramirez tattoos. Who's with me?
Oh, I'll do it. Chest piece.
Like, get his face tattooed on our face.
And then join the team, and then I can start. Yeah, that
You
makes
do that. I'll just put a little CR, like as a teardrop.
CR17. Everyone's like, isn't it CR7? You're like, nah,
Yeah.
dog.
I
Just
get
put a
17.
17.
Show and Rossi tattoo.
Yeah, that was great. But, dude, having a front two of Ramirez and Rossi in this probably is
He
better.
knows how to score goals.
He scored this. He subbed in for Austin and scored again. I think he has more goals than our entire team as a sub. It's not great, but it's good to see him responding to just a random Blue Sky with something like that. It's just like him
Yes.
throwing shade at the front office is another like kind of nail in the coffin for me when I'm thinking about how we operate now and being like having a player be like, yeah, man, bullcrap.
Well, I'm not gonna like throw shade at the front office, but
you
if you're
love
gonna
the front office.
if you're gonna give Daniel Gasdog what $4.5 million, I'm pretty sure that you could have met whatever demand Christian Ramirez had.
He put his baby in the MLS Cup. He needs to live here for life. Anyways, so on what I'm assuming is Reddit, Darth Balls, nice, said, I'd love to see us hang a Save the Cap banner in the Nordica. And then turbulent_pay_7581. I mean, you can choose your own names. That's a given one. But anyways, I agree. Given our history, hanging a save the craps. God,
Save
I
the
knew I was
craps.
going to say craps, and that's my bad. Save the caps tifo in the Nordica would give Vancouver a lot of publicity.
I agree.
I don't know who clipped this. I didn't clip any of this internet stuff.
I clipped it. I was mentioning during the week that I want us to just do a big tifo. Do like save the crew and check mark, and then save the cap like underneath it or something like that.
Yeah, you almost said.
Is it bad that like I still feel jaded? I just don't know how to feel about this.
You are jaded. It's just
no, man.
That's
Like,
the end of
You
statement.
love billionaires. You're like, I want them to have more money.
I want to believe that the city of Vancouver wants this team. I want to believe that.
But
It
that's
just-
like them saying, like Michael Bradley saying, "Oh, Columbus doesn't deserve a team. They don't even like
No,
their
no, no,
team."
no,
It's
no.
like, dude, are you
That's-
serious?
That's why I'm like walking a fine line, because there are a lot of teams in MLS that are not supported by the cities.
Chicago,
But-
New England.
Right. And-
Montreal. I'm surprised Montreal still has a team.
like
but
that's
that-
another. So
yeah,
like
that's a whole nother
trying
thing.
not to go down that road of like, I think that it would be a good thing in Nordic to put a banner up of Save the Caps and to jump on that movement. They did it for us. Many clubs did it. Many clubs.
Yeah.
Many clubs.
Q Mars. Where you at?
Yeah. So
Tears in his eyes, white caps.
You know it's
for life. Darth balls. It's a big, strong man.
Strongest man, firm handshake. Yeah, I don't.
Strongest
think,
balls.
Yeah, none of this is getting cut. I think what's going to happen is if Vancouver leaves, they'll add a third LA team, and we live in a world full of crap.
That worked for Chivas. That worked really well.
Yeah, it's stupid. All right, well, let's take a break. Let's talk when we get back about predictions. We've got Mr. and Mrs. Mars on the line, so we'll get some quality feedback. 2 games, lots to talk about. Will be William Trapp.
Hey everyone, and thanks for having me again. I'm happy to continue with the good news that the Crew 2 continues to win after the result of this weekend. They sit in 3rd in the East, in tie with points with New York Red Bulls 2, and 6 points behind the undefeated Crown Legacy, and that's a team that's just lighting up the whole league and 5th overall in the league table. That's a big difference from what we saw last year. I think that the Pipa experiment is paying off, holding on to him after we finished last in the East last season is really worth it, and this team is really good. And I think that even though Crown Legacy is doing what they're doing, I think that we have a chance to win the whole thing this year. The Cappies won at home against the New England Revolution 2. It was 2-1. Goals were scored by Zach Zenge and Kevin Bambo. And the thing that really stood out is that even though we didn't really keep possession playing at home as much as we usually do, we lost the possession battle to the Revolution 2. This is a team that is being very, very clinical in front of goal. It's a team that is pressing really well, and it's a team that is really making the best of the opportunities that they get. And I think that if we continue to do it this way, and we continue to use the time that we have with the players that we have, the guys who Chase Adams and Zach Zengi and Luke Puder and all of the others who have the first team context but get to play with the Cappies, we'll continue to see great things. The last thing is that we saw one of the new signings, Aoki, who is a center back coming from Vermont. He's a Japanese national. Finally recover from injury and get his debut with the Crew 2 jersey, so that's good. The back line is looking really solid, and his addition should just help even more. And Hefes, who was one of the draft picks for this year, got man of the match according to SofaScore, and I'm really excited to see him develop as well, because he looks to be another Cesar Ruvacalba find that we have for that back line, a guy who is really talented, who is coming for cheap, and who we can develop and eventually will make an impact in the first team. All right, that's it. Remember, let's go to Crew 2 games because those are fun, and it's a team that's winning, and it's fun for the whole family. See ya.
All right, we are back. Thanks, Bird. At least one crew team is doing well. And it appears our Cappies are killing it, which is awesome. I think some of our actual players I think Chase Adams was on the bench, which was a huge bummer because that game was at, I believe, 3:30 on Saturday. And I was like, oh, crap. I wish he would have traveled because I thought maybe we would see him in this game. So who actually knows? But, good on them. Let's get them minutes. Let's get them going. I feel pretty positive about this group of players, and they're doing really well. So this is great. And also, shout out Higuain for winning. Like I said, I was worried they were going to cut him after last year, but whatever. Thanks, Bird. Thank you, Bird. All right, let's get into this week. It is Blackout the Galaxy, right?
Is that a thing still?
I thought it was.
You should probably look that up.
Nah, screw it. Wear black. Dress like a ninja. Let's get weird. Everybody dress in black. But no makeup like that, you know what I mean? Wednesday, 7:30. Are a lot of other teams playing on Wednesday? Is that I
think it looks like a full table.
Yeah, I think they're kind of squinching in games. Squinching is totally a word.
Squinching?
Yeah, I don't know why I said that. Because of the World Cup, there are going to be a lot of midweek games, and it may get kind of congested considering we are still in the Open Cup. So that's fun. Do we think we see rotation for this Galaxy game midweek? Do you think we don't rotate Galaxy and we rotate Philly because Philly is quite possibly the easier of the teams?
Neither. By the way, it's Star Wars night on Wednesday.
Which makes sense, Blackout Day. And maybe we'll see Darth Balls.
Yeah, man, that's the joke. You got it.
Yeah. Beat him to it.
It's an off-color joke. Go ahead.
It's fun. All right, so how does anybody have how the Galaxy has been doing out
better
in the
than
West?
last year, but very low bar.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
They tied 2-2 against Dallas this weekend. They got knocked out of CONCACAF Champions Cup 3-0 to Toluca. They beat Austin early in April.
Thank you.
They lost to Toluca again prior to that one.
In MLS play, they are 2-3-3.
So yeah, not as good as I thought they would be. They're starting strikers. Their top three, Paintsel is sick. Peck is sick, and they got in this offseason Klaus from St. Louis. That guy is kind of a monster.
Klaus went out with an injury, crying in this game yesterday.
He's got 5 of their
Klaus went out with some kind of knee or lower body injury in tears at the end of the game. So he would not be playing.
Woof. Yeah, it looks like they're wow. Okay, interesting. I did not know that.
I don't know if that's official, but by the reaction you saw on the field, I haven't looked into it, but I can, based on what I saw, he's not going to be traveling to Columbus for a game.
Yeah, especially midweek. I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
They did get Justin Hack, who was good, who I was kind of hoping that we would have gotten.
I kind of hate, which means I like that player.
Yeah. But besides that, I don't know a lot of their other players. So, I mean, their big signing in the offseason was Klaus. And if he's hurt, I mean, I get it. Our big signing's hurt. So, whatever.
Still on
okay, so they have 9
but
points.
He hasn't been starting. I mean, they have some decent players, but no, they're not doing too hot.
Yeah, so do we. All right, you guys ready to predict it up?
All right, let's talk about D's.
I don't know. I thought I
you got to think about that.
I'm already sweating.
Man, I don't even know.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
My tongue is sweating.
I'm not good at doing things.
dumb.
All right, here we are. I say Mars. Go ahead. You kick
You want
us
me to
off.
go
What do you got?
first? Okay.
Yeah, you're
Midweek
driving.
Galaxy at home, Star Wars theme. I've lived my whole life with the name Mark Hamill. Everyone calls me Luke Skywalker.
And so you
I'm
named
gonna
yourself after a planet.
I'm gonna say 2-2. Who do you think your father is? I am.
Yes. And I think we have a super special guest.
We do. This is a first-time prediction from my better half, Venus.
I was going to say Venus. She actually named this podcast, and she's funnier than all of us combined.
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
Never
All right.
forget.
Do you have your prediction ready?
Yeah, my prediction is 1-1. Total snooze fest. You're going to wish you won that one.
Oh. 1-1.
We won 1-1. No.
We won 1-1.
Takes one to know one.
All right, going bottom to top. Haas says 2-2 because we can't win. Haas, anything to add?
Nope.
Good. Trey says Columbus rebounds better than Dennis Rodman and buries 2 balls deep. I need a yellow card. Into the Electra of the Galaxies 1. Let's go, crew. There's a yellow
What does that
card.
even mean?
I know it
Buries 2 balls. Is it 2-1? Is this
Yeah,
just 2-1, bud?
Yeah, 2-1.
Jeez.
Anyways, Mortal Kombat says 3-0 crew. The force is strong in me. It's weird.
That's
phrasing.
That's not.
And I said 2-1 R2D2 bot. And I spent a long time thinking of that, and I'm upset. I'm upset with what I did. So that's how we do that. So 2-1 is Trey and I. Mortal Kombat thinks 3-0, which is I'm just assuming Picard scores all 3.
Up on everything.
Yeah, everything's terrible. Haas says 2-2. Mars, you said what? I know 1-1.
You
got 2-2-1-1. And for those of you who are just listening, they have a red and blue glowing ball they keep hitting. So every time we look at Mars, he's driving and it looks like he's getting pulled over, which is funny to me. Okay, let's talk about Philly. Dr. Philadelphia. They are 1-1-6. They are in a free fall. They also have a midweek game against Toronto at Toronto. So they are going to go Wednesday to Toronto, which is a different place. And then they are traveling to us. So lots of travel bots.
They're not in a free fall. They're 2-game non-losing streak.
Yeah, they're starting to turn it around. So they beat Montreal, which again is a glorified Division II high school team. And then they tied DC 0-0 at home. But they have lost to Atlanta, who we have beaten. They lost to Chicago and Charlotte prior to that, but only by 1 goal. They only have -6 differential. So for being as bad as they are, they have Andre Blake. So that probably.
Yeah, they're only 2 points behind us, mind you.
Yeah, they suck, but hey, so do we. They still have Andre Blake. They have Harriel outright in their back 4. They still have Bueno, and then the rest of the guys, I'm not entirely sure. They still have Vasilev, Indiana Vasilev, out
This
left.
is also at home, right? So remember
Correct.
that.
So
also at home in our fortress where we have scored 1 goal this year.
Right.
Yeah. So the word fortress is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
We're scoring three on Wednesday, of course, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely not. Okay, well, let's get into our predictions for Philadelphia. Keep in mind that this is Crew Cat Perdix, brought to you by Crew Cat because of puns. So let's get into it. Let's do it.
You're dumb.
All right, what do we got here for Philly? Let's start with Mars. Let's go off the top of the dome.
Okay. Yeah. I think this is going to be a 2-1 win for our crew. No commentary beyond that.
Cool, Lo, you got
True
something?
love. We win against the city of brotherly love, and I'm celebrating with a fucking cheesesteak.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Do it.
That's what I'm talking about. Proud of you.
That's 2
I'm
wins
right there
from
with you.
us.
Yeah, and Lo said 2 to heart, 0.
To love, like tennis. Very posh. I said, Lauren, 2-0. Cheesesteak, baby.
So you said Crew 3-0 Philly. Crack them like the Liberty Bell because that's what they're made of.
Damn it.
Felt
I didn't
good.
say that. You said that. I wrote it. You said it.
Trey says Columbus buries 2 again as they send Ben's sons back on a walk of shame all the way to South Street to cry into a Jim steak with Wiz. Love that. Haas says 3-1 Crew crazy with the cheese whiz. Anything to add, Haas?
Nope.
Good. I don't love saying like with whiz. Like with whiz.
Yeah.
All right, who cares? I said 2-0. Eat them Warriors Philly chursteaks. Get sausage fingered. Crew turn it around and Haas does the splits.
What?
Haas is getting flexible. He's been doing a lot of hip stretches. So we all think they're actually going to do okay. I will say that, what?
We're delusional.
Morton, you said 3-0.
Yeah, we are.
And Haas says 3 goals. We never get more than 2 past Blake, right? Am I crazy? I don't remember them.
No, I'm crazy. We're going to go 6-0 in the next 2 games because
Yeah.
I have lost my mind. I don't care anymore. I got to wear the jersey.
You're going to wear the jersey. 100%. Well, both games are at home. I think I am going to the Galaxy game. There's an outside chance I'm able to pull that off. I sold 2 of my kids on eBay and 1 on Craigslist, so I think I can go. Is anybody else going to that? Anybody else dressing like Vader? I got a Vader helmet right here. Doesn't fit.
I'm
but I might wear
hoping
it.
to go, not as Vader, but
I should be there.
Got it.
You're more of a
What about Philly?
C-3PO, Mort.
I think actually the Philadelphia game, let me think, that weekend, I am playing a show in Bowling Green.
I'll be in Detroit seeing Ty Siegel.
And you're not going to be in Bowling Green seeing me? Friendship is over. Man, I haven't been to Bowling Green since I last played there, and that was 2003.
That's
at the Fish Bowl. I had a broken leg. Yeah.
Dude, I dropped a girl off a box there. Like we were dancing.
Dropped
up
a
on
girl off a box. Speaking of dropping boxes off ladders, kind of a segue. They don't do that anymore, right? But they do the New England does do the shooting thing, the old guys with the guns.
Okay, I said this was one of the dumbest things, and then my much smarter wife said it would be really cool when they score 2 goals if 2 of them would shoot and then the other 2 would shoot, and if they score 3 goals they would shoot separate. And I was like, yeah, that's a much better idea. Instead of they all shoot. But
I was watching the new when they showed it. I was like, originally my knee jerk reaction was like, that's dumb. Then I was like, nah, it's kind of cool. The dropping the box off the ladder is still to this day one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Like the Amazon box in front of 7 people.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, that is
T written on the side.
Yeah.
just a big letter T.
Yeah, they're like, if we don't write T on it, no one will know what we're doing. And it's like, we still are unclear who greenlit this. You guys are idiots. Well, I mean, all right. I think there is a world where we turn it around. These next 2 games, we get 2 wins, and we can kind of get it going. But
real quick, fans that got the predictions right this weekend: Sarah Dobster on IG
What's up,
and
Sarah?
Caleb Schultz on Facebook.
What's up, Caleb?
That leaves us with 8 people with 1 correct prediction.
Over the course of the entire season?
That's because we
all
suck.
I've tracked. I had someone message saying that they got one right that we didn't give them credit for. I thought I added them to this list. So
yeah.
If you don't hear your name on any of this stuff, hit us up. We are tiny-brained people. We are extremely fuzzy when it comes to Sunday nights. So help us out. Help us help you. And we didn't hear from 2-1-Bot. He got a virus. It was COVID. Who knew? It was fatal.
I was wondering when you're going to ask me because
we don't ask you. We ask 2-1-Bot.
Prediction: Columbus Crew will beat LA Galaxy and Philadelphia Union 2-1 and 2-1 because depth beats drama. Columbus Crew will treat this week like a 2-step job. First LA Galaxy on Wednesday, then Philly on Saturday. Same script, different opponent. Against the Galaxy, Columbus will go down early because apparently that's required now, but bounce back. A scrappy equalizer midweek. Then Diego Rossi buries a late winner to send everyone home happy. Fast forward to Saturday, Phil will try to turn it back into a track meet, pressing, running, making it ugly, doesn't matter. The Crew absorbs it, find their moments, and again, 1 goal to level, 1 goal to win. Different names on the score sheet this time, same outcome. 2 games, 2 comebacks, 6 points, minimal stress. Okay, manageable stress. Final scores, Columbus 2-1, Galaxy, Columbus 2-1, Union. Moral. Apparently, a real moral is supposed to teach something, so here it is. Start slow if you must, fall behind if you may, but if you finish like Columbus, you win anyway.
If it rhymes, I give them the benefit of the doubt. They're robots. They have no souls. They ain't got no souls. Coffin flop. Anybody?
I got no legs.
I think that's pretty much it. We're at a loss for how to kind of fix us.
You said it was pretty much shit? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty much shit.
Nope. And I don't have to cut that because you're saying it's pretty much space it. So There we go. The good news is we're still friends and I love you guys. And I'm really glad Mars was able to get on. And I was really worried when he popped on that he was pulled over by the police. But that didn't happen. All right, we'll see you this week. Let's get this done. Let's get these 6 points. Let's turn the season around. We're going to win the Super Bowl. I'm stoked about that. Let's have fun. Let's be friends. And you know what we say? Go Crew! Go!
Thanks everyone for joining the club. We hope you'll listen next week and every week, even in the off season, to celebrate or commiserate. We'll save you a seat. If you like this podcast, please give us 5 stars and subscribe. You can email us at upper90clubpod@gmail.com. That's upper90clubpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at upper90clubpod. Go Crew!
Go ahead, Trey. Send me my way. What are the other words to that song? Or is that the only words?
Send me my way.
Send my way.